Well, it is 10 o'clock on the nose, and we're going to start. How about that? Good morning, everyone. I'd like to call the meeting of the Wayne County Commission to order. Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
The board is now open for roll call. You have a quorum present.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Next item, please.
Pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America.
If everyone can please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible. Thank you so much. At this time, I would like to call Commissioner Peterson Mayberry to introduce our invocator for this morning.
Thank you, Madam Chair. It is my distinct honor to introduce today's guest who will deliver our invocation. A passionate preacher, visionary leader, and devoted servant of God, the Reverend Cindy Rudolph has been faithfully answering the call to ministry since 2000. With a heart rooted in service and a voice dedicated to transformation, she made history as the first female senior pastor of Oak Grove AME Church in Detroit, Michigan. Under her leadership, the century-old congregation has flourished, expanding its outreach efforts, embracing technology, and strengthening its ministries for both youth and young adults. Reverend Rudolph's ministry journey has taken her from Smith Chapel AME in Inkster, Mount Zor AME in Maryland, and Bethel AME in Pennsylvania, all where she revitalized congregations, created new ministries, and strengthened financial foundations. Born in South America and raised in New Jersey, she's a proud alum of Rutgers University with a BA in communication, and she holds a Master of Divinity, magna cum laude, from Drew University. A gifted writer and creative spirit, Reverend Rudolph is the author of The Changing Table, A Guide to Healing and Transformation, and co-writer and producer of the gospel song, Help My Unbelief. Her ministry is marked by innovation, compassion, and a deep desire to see people live to the fullest who God created them to be. An ordained elder in the African Methodist Episcopal Church in 2002, Reverend Rudolph has received numerous honors, including the Reverend Florence Spearing Randolph Award and the Mary Watson Stewart Award for Preaching Excellence. She's blessed to share life with her husband, Dr. Lawrence Rudolph, and their daughter, McKenna. With roots in a large, loving family and a spirit that spans continents, Reverend Rudolph continues to travel the world, spreading the gospel and inspiring others to rise boldly into their divine calling. And she's doing so with an infectious smile and a contagious spirit. Can you please help me welcome Reverend Cindy Rudolph?
Good morning.
Morning.
And let me take this opportunity to greet you on behalf of Oak Grove AME Church in the city of Detroit. And I also want to thank our chair, Commissioner Alicia Bell, as well as Commissioner Angelique Peterson Mayberry, for the wonderful invitation to stand before you today with the invocation. Let us unite our hearts. Most gracious, kind, and loving God, we thank and praise you for who you are and for all that you do. God, we invite your presence into this meeting today. God, we thank you for the Wayne County Commission. We pray even now that you would bless our commission chair, bless each and every commissioner. God, guide them in their deliberations and in their decision-making. We pray that all that they do would be of benefit to the citizens of Wayne County and that it would be pleasing in your sight. God, we remember those who are federal workers who are going without pay. But in the meantime, God, we thank you for those who are hard at work in the county of Wayne on behalf of the citizens of Wayne County. We pray, God, that you would bless, that you would have your way, that you would strengthen, that you would encourage, and that you would grant wisdom to make decisions that are pleasing in your sight. In the name of all that is holy, we pray. Amen, amen, and amen.
Thank you so much. Thank you again. Thank you again, Reverend Rudolph, and it is such a pleasure knowing that she's the first woman senior pastor of the esteemed AME Church. We applaud you for that. And we look forward to your leadership at the church, which is, as I told her, right down the street from my church. So thank you for your leadership. Next item, please.
Reading, correcting, and approval of the journal.
Vice Chair Pro Tem Baydun,
Move for approval. Support.
moved and supported. Any corrections to the journal? Hearing none, all in favor, please vote. I vote yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you so much. Next item.
Report from the chair.
At this time, if they're ready, I would like to call Commissioner Alan Wilson to the podium for a special presentation.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Diane, did you have the congregation come in, please? In the meanwhile, good morning, everyone.
Morning.
I just want to thank you all for being here this morning because you're going to be able to witness one heck of a performance, although it's a short skit because time is obviously of essence. But we have middle school kids, elementary kids from Hal Creek in Romulus, and they're going to be presenting to you a small skit entitled Hamilton, from the play Hamilton. So Diane, get them up here, I guess.
Practicing, I've been listening over the phone. So we have Hamilton for you.
All right. Octavia, how to? Pardon? Thank you. All right. Okay, thank you. Octavia, they're good out there, right? Can you kind of help out Octavia? Because I think maybe. Thank you. All right, kids are all dressed up, I guess, ready to go. Thank you all very much for your endurance. I appreciate it. I'm sure the kids do as well. So thank you.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't want to do
That's why I let you say his name, Diane, because I always get it wrong. So, all
I
right.
like to say, everybody can see the family with them.
All right, Ray. Looks like you should have came here last night, man. We might have been set up by now, I guess, but.
Now it is.
All right. Ray. Tancha, could you speak into the mic there? Speak into the mic. Speak into the microphone, please. In the middle. Yes, sir. There you go. That way you get recorded.
My bad.
Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Ray Tonchin. I'm the music director at Hale Creek Elementary School at Romulus Community Schools. I have a very audacious group of kids here we have done this before, and it's always been a lot of fun. This is part of our 250th anniversary celebration of this great country of ours. And what they're going to do is something that was written by Lin-Manuel Miranda after reading a book by Ron Chernow by the name of Hamilton. And they're going to perform Aaron Burr, Sir, and My Shot from the musical Hamilton.
Thank you. All right.
Celebrating close of study. That's sort of out of sorts. Yeah, what time is it? Showtime! Well, today's the time. Give us a verse and drop some knowledge. Oh, no, drama done. colony. Will be a revolution in this century. I am not throwing away my shot. I am not throwing away my shot. Hey, I'm just for my country. I'm young, scrappy, and hungry, and I'm not throwing away my shot. I am not throwing away my shot. I am not throwing away my shot. Hey, I'm just for my country. I'm young, scrappy, and hungry, and I'm not throwing away my shot. Everybody say, whoa, whoa, whoa.
All right, thank you. Thank you very, very much. That was an awesome display of talent. Kids, I'm so proud of you all. And I'm so proud to be your commissioner over in District Number 11. You guys keep doing the work that you're doing, and I'm sure we'll see you on Broadway someday. So keep up the good work. God bless you. Good job. And what I'm going to do, I'll present the resolutions later because for the sake of time, I know we've taken quite a bit of time here, but I want to thank everybody for just allowing these kids to do what they do. And I want to thank Chair Bell for allowing them to be here, as well as Wayne County Commission, staff, friends, distinguished guests, and anybody else I may have missed. Thank you very much from the bottom of my heart on behalf of the children over at Howell Creek Elementary. Thank you.
Absolutely amazing. Hamilton is one of my favorite Broadway shows. And in another 10 years or so, we'll see these young people performing Hamilton on Broadway. So let's give them another round of applause. Thank you, Commissioner Wilson, for bringing the young people down. We have so much great talent in Wayne County, and it's wonderful to see that talent displayed here at the commission meeting. Don't walk on out. All right. Madam Clerk, next item, please.
Unfinished business, there is none listed. We're moving to offering of all petitions, ordinances, resolutions, and presentations.
Let's go to number 2, please.
Item number 2 is a resolution by Commissioner Marecki proclaiming October 23rd through the 31st as Red Ribbon Week in Wayne County, encouraging all residents to participate in drug prevention and education activities during this week and throughout the year, making a visible statement of our shared commitment to a drug-free lifestyle.
Commissioner Marecki.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'd like to move approval of this resolution.
There's support, supported by Commissioner Scott.
Thank you. And I'd just like to say a couple of things. The person who's supposed to be here that asked for this resolution and his staff had called me, his name is Joseph O. Dixon, and he reported to the Drug Enforcement Administration, DEA of Detroit Field Division, as a special agent in charge on October 5th, 2025. In this role, he oversees all DEA operations throughout Michigan, Ohio, and Northern Kentucky. And he was to be here today to address this for just a couple minutes, but because of the federal shutdown, they are not allowed to meet in this kind of situation. So I just wanted to mention that his group asked us to do this resolution. And again, this is just to be involved in activities that commit to a drug-free lifestyle.
Okay, thank you. Again, it's been moved by Commissioner Marecki, supported by Commissioner Scott. I know just this past weekend, some police districts in my community had drug buyback program, not buyback, but you can take your prescription drugs and dispose of them. So getting unnecessary drugs out of our community is very important. So at this point, I will ask you all to vote on the resolution.
Motion carries.
Okay, thank you so much. We'll go back to number 1, please. Oh, just, okay, I thought we had a resolution for it as well, so good job, Commissioner Wilson. Number 3.
We're on item number 3, a resolution by Commissioner Marecki proclaiming October as Polish American Heritage Month and encouraging all residents to join in recognizing and celebrating the many contributions of Polish Americans to our county, state, and our nation.
Commissioner Marecki?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'd like to move approval for this resolution as well.
Support.
Moved and supported by Vice Chair Pro Tem Baydoun.
Thank you. And as many of you know, I have a Polish background. My mother's whole side is Polish. So I just want to do this resolution to honor Polish American Heritage Month.
Not so much.
Thank you, commissioners. Any discussion on the resolution? Okay, hearing none, please vote.
Thank you.
Motion carries.
Thank you so much. Next item, please.
We're on item number 4, a resolution by Commissioner Bell proclaiming October as National Breast Cancer Awareness Month, honoring breast cancer patients, survivors, and their families, and promoting continued research and ultimately finding a cure for this dreaded disease.
Okay, as we know, October is designated as National Breast Cancer Awareness Month. There were several walks in the Metro Detroit area over the last few weeks. Please, everyone, get your mammograms. And please note that it doesn't just affect women, it affects men as well. So please get your mammograms and support those in your community to do so as well. For discussion, I know Commissioner Anderson has something special that he's done with Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Commissioner Anderson?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I just wanted to mention Michigan approved legislation that I had when I was in the Michigan Senate and was signed by the governor to create a pink ribbon license plate. And I just encourage members to look into that and to, if you buy the plate, it's a renewal every year, I think of only $10 a year above your normal fee, and all the money will go to provide a screening and treatment for those that are uninsured or underinsured. So I would encourage everybody to look into getting that pink ribbon license plate and help the cause.
Thank you, Commissioner. Any further discussion? Commissioner Marecki?
Thank you, Madam Chair, and I always like to thank you for doing these each year, and I can add another year of survival. So 14 years now, so
Yes,
thank you
yes.
for always doing that.
Thank you. 14 years survival. Give Commissioner Marecki a hand. 14 years survival. Breast cancer. Thank you, Commissioner. Any additional discussion on this item? Okay, hearing none, please vote.
Motion carries.
Thank you so much. Next item, please.
We're moving to item number 5, a resolution by Commissioner Bell opposing the addition of a cigar bar at Detroit Metropolitan Airport due to the significant health risk associated with smoking that will endanger both airport employees and millions of travelers.
So a few weeks ago, we had the president of Michigan Heart Association come and speak to us about the dangers of smoking and heart disease. And they were opposed the addition of a cigar bar at the Detroit Metropolitan Airport several years ago, maybe about 15. I was part of the coalition to help have smoke-free in our county buildings and in our casinos. So having cigar bars, which are very lucrative businesses, and I don't oppose cigar bars. However, if you're at an airport and you go to a cigar bar, you're next to someone who smokes, that you know that that smell gets on you, that you go on a plane, then you sit next to someone who just came out of the cigar bar, that could be unpleasant for that person sitting next to you. So I know they are in the process of putting our RFP, but I opposed having that type of business in our airport for the reasons I just mentioned. So this, I'd like to move this item, and I see it's supported by Commissioner Scott. Any discussion on this resolution? Commissioner Scott? No, she's our second. Okay, any discussion on this resolution? And I know there's similar language that I actually got our language from at the House, State House Representative Stephanie Young is putting forward a similar resolution opposing the cigar bar at DTW. All right. Hearing no discussion, please vote.
Motion carries.
Thank you so much. Next item.
We're on item number 6, an ordinance to amend chapter 129 of the Wayne County Code of Ordinances, the fees ordinance, to amend Article 2, Register of Deeds, Section 129 through 31, to increase certain fees for entering and recording documents with the Office of the Wayne County Register of Deeds. This is for first reading and referral to the Committee on Ways and Means.
So during the budget process, the Register of Deeds came to the hearings and spoke of some ordinance that needs to be in place so that he can increase fees at the ROD's office. In order to increase fees, this body has to provide an ordinance to do such. And that's what is before us today for first reading. It's going to be referred to Ways and Means and then back here at the next full board meeting. Are there any questions? Moved by Commissioner Kenlock, supported by Commissioner Peterson Mayberry. Discussion on this item. Discussion. Okay, please vote.
Motion carries.
Thank you so much. And again, this will go to Ways and Means for further discussion and then referred back to us at the next full board meeting. Next item.
We're moving to reports from committees. Report A is from the Committee on Economic Development. There are 13 items listed on pages 3 through 6 of the agenda.
Commissioner Anderson.
Thank you, Madam Chair. The Committee on Economic Development met and considered those 13 items and have moved them forward now for the full commission's approval.
It's been moved by Commissioner Anderson, supported by Commissioner Wilson. For those of you in the audience who may not be aware, the commission operates in a committee system, and under the committees, each item on the agenda is vetted, discussed, and then brought here to the full board for final disposition. So there may not be a lot of discussion here because the discussion took place at the committee level. Any discussion on the economic development report? Any discussion on economic development or any of the 13 items? Hearing none, please vote.
Motion carries.
Wilson? Okay, which item is that, sir? Number 1. So you're a no on 1? Okay, please note Commissioner Wilson as a no on item 1.
Duly noted.
Thank you.
Motion carries. We are moving to report B from the Committee on Public Services. There are 14 items listed on pages 6 through 10 of the agenda.
Commissioner Marecki?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'd like to move items 1 through 14 for approval.
Moved by Commissioner Morecki, supported by Vice Chair Pro Tem Baydun. Discussion. Commissioner Morecki?
Madam Chair, on number 13, I'd like to have Almika Steele and Erica Smith come up to the podium. And this is for, this vote is for a position of a new Parks Division Director within Department of Public Services. So if they would come up and say a few words. Oh, and of course, the Director of Public Services, who I did not see who was here. So sorry about that.
Chair, thank you very much for the opportunity to introduce our incoming proposed the appointment and for your approval of our Director for our Parks Division. We're excited to make this recommendation. I'm going to introduce Ms. Almika Steele to tell you a bit more about this person, and feel free to ask us any question. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Director.
Good morning, Chairwoman Bell and Commissioners. I am very pleased, Almika Steele, Deputy Director, DPS, very pleased to present to you Miss Erica Smith. We went through a extensive interview and candidate selection process, and Miss Smith certainly rose to the top of the list. She brings over 25 years of experience in parks and recreation. She has an extensive resume, which I'm sure you've had a chance to review, that covers many areas of activation and innovation. She spent a number of years with the Ann Arbor Park System. She developed a Visit Every Parks Challenge that was a very public way to get citizens in that area engaged in their local park system. She also has extensive experience in managing park funds. She was formerly with the Novite Parks Foundation. So she has that experience with private partnerships as well to raise funds for park systems. And she was most recently with the City of Garden City Park System as well. So she has that Wayne County experience as well. We are truly excited to present her to you. We believe that she will be a tremendous asset to the Wayne County Park System. And we know that she is going to do great things to bring our park system to another level of activation and innovation. So I'll turn it over now to Ms. Smith so that she can provide any other comments regarding her background experiences. And of course, we're all here to answer any questions you may have.
Thank you, Ms. Steele.
Madam Chair, Commissioners, it's a pleasure to be here. Thank you for the kind words. I certainly am excited to put my energy and my professional experience to work here in Wayne County. Of course, at this moment, provided everything goes well here in the next few moments, I have a lot to learn. So that would be my first project, is learning from the staff, understanding priorities, building relationships. I'm already very proud of Wayne County Parks. There's some really incredible park properties. I take very seriously the responsibility of stewarding public land, parks, everything from environmental, fiscal stewardship to access and activation. So I'm really excited to work with all the residents of Wayne County. It's always my goal to promote care and enjoyment of all the parks. And I thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you, Ms. Smith. Are there any questions of our proposed park director? I know you presented before the Public Services Committee already, so thank you for coming here today. The agenda item has been moved by Ms. Morecki, supported by Vice Chair Pro Tem Baydun. Discussion, Commissioner Kniezek.
Excuse me. Thank you, Madam Chair. With the permission of the committee chair, I'd like to be the maker of the motion on item 11.
Commissioner Scott?
Thank you. I'd like to be the maker of the motion number 14.
Okay, very good.
Duly noted.
Okay. Any other discussion on the report? Any additional discussion? Hearing none, please vote.
Motion carries.
Okay, congratulations, Ms. Smith. We look forward to your leadership in our park system.
I have Commissioner Kniezek as the maker of the motion, item 11, and Commissioner Scott, item 14.
Thank you. Next item, please.
We're on report C from the Committee on Ways and Means. There are 3 items listed.
Commissioner Kinlock.
Yes, Madam Chair. I move approval of items 1 and 3 and receive and file item number 2.
Thank you. It's been moved by Commissioner Kinlock, supported by Commissioner Morecki. Any discussion on the Ways and Means report? Any discussion on the report? Hearing none, please vote.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Next item, please.
We're on report D from the Committee on Health and Human Services. There are 2 items listed.
Commissioner Scott.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'd like to move, receive and file on item number 1 and number 2, a vote, please.
Thank you. It's been moved by Commissioner Scott, supported by Commissioner Baker McCormick, the Health and Human Services report. Any discussion on the report? Discussion on the report. The Wayne programs. Such wonderful work is being done there. The Committee of Health and Human Services is well aware, but I think all commissioners should be aware. So it is my desire to have a committee of the whole before the end of the year to talk about the Wayne programs and how it's been affecting our community. So please look forward to that in November. Any further discussion? Okay, vote, please.
Motion carries.
Okay, thank you so much. Next item.
We're on page 12 of the agenda, report E from the Committee on Seniors and Veterans Affairs. There are 3 items listed.
Commissioner Kniezek.
Thank you, Madam Chair. With my appreciation to Vice Chair Garza for helping steward these through last week, I'd like to move that we receive and file items number 1 and 2 and approve item 3, please.
Okay, moved by Commissioner Kniezek, supported by Commissioner Wilson. Any discussion on the Seniors and Veteran Affairs Committee report? Any discussion on the report? Hearing none, please vote.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Next item.
We're on report F from the Committee on Audit. There is 1 item listed.
Commissioner Dobb.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'll move the report for approval.
Okay, moved by Commissioner Dobb, supported by Commissioner Garza. Wilson? Hold on 1 second, please. It's the audit report. Hold on 1 sec.
Pushing.
Okay, stop pushing buttons, everybody. Let's get the audit report up. Chuck. Okay, moved by Commissioner Dobbs, supported by Commissioner Garza. Any discussion on the audit report? Any discussion? Hearing none, please vote.
Motion carries.
All right. Next item, please.
We're on report G from the Committee on Public Safety, Judiciary, and Homeland Security. There are 3 items listed.
Commissioner Garza.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'd like to move approval of items 1 through 3.
It's moved by Commissioner Garza, supported by, I don't know. Supported by Commissioner Peterson Mayberry. Discussion, Commissioner Baker McCormick.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Items 1 and 2, actually, all 3. 1 is the extingent and the other 2 retroactive, just. No, I'm sorry. Yes, that's right.
Public safety? Yeah, you want to know why?
Yes.
Okay, Tony, how are you?
Morning, Madam Chair.
Good morning.
Commissioners. Tony Guerrero, Chief of Legislation, Grants and Community Relations for the Wayne County Prosecutor Kim Worthy. Number 1, The only reason that this is slightly retroactive is because of the government shutdown and the delays in receiving signatures. This is very important because this particular grant, if we didn't get an approval by the commission, we would have to return $2.5 million. It's against the prosecutor's religion to give any money back from the grants.
Against mine too.
I hope that answers your question.
That does, that does.
Thank you, sir.
Madam Chair, I'll
Sure.
stay here in case there's a question on number 2.
Yes, sir, please. The retroactivity of that one as well.
Same thing. Problem we had was getting the signatures. Although we're very grateful to you, Madam Chair, for having granted execution approval on the previous one. This one here, we have an agreement that we negotiated 2 years ago with Axon. I'm happy to report that we have 3 more 2-year extensions at the same price. I was directly involved in negotiating on this, and I can honestly tell the commission, we were paying a ridiculous amount of $650,000 a year just for cloud storage. The agreement that we've negotiated, all the cloud storage, we have unlimited cloud storage, all for the one price, and it covers not only the cloud storage, but also the operation of Axon. For everyone's benefit, and lawyers, we never shut up. For everyone's benefit, you need to know that this is a digital system that allows the police departments to upload untold amounts of evidence through a portal that's called evidence.com. This is a very, very good result for the county, and I would hope that you would vote in favor. I'll take any questions there may be.
Thank you. Any questions? Did a fine job with your explanation. No questions.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. And the third item, Commissioner Baker McCormick, you wanted that one discussed as well?
Retro. Thank you. Yes.
Good morning to this chair and this honorable board. Lester Thomas, Administrator for Adult Community Corrections. The reason this is retroactive is because we actually did file the amendment to contracts on August 28th. That particular time, we also found out that Black Family Development Incorporated was going through a name change, which I am still trying to get used to. They now are, let me get it right this time, Centers for Family Development Incorporated. So we actually had to make sure we had the paperwork correct and everything. So that's the primary reason.
Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Kinlock?
Yes, Madam Chair, I would like to be the maker of the motion for item number 3.
Duly noted.
Commissioner Peterson Mayberry?
I would like to be the maker of the motion for item number 3, co-maker.
Noted. Thank you. Any additional discussion on this report? Any discussion? Thank you. Please vote.
Motion carried, and I have Commissioners Kinlock and Peterson Mayberry, maker of the motion, item number 3.
Next item, please.
We're on Report H from the Committee on Government Operations. There are 12 items listed.
Commissioner Colleen, if you could take this one, please.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Just a little correction in your agendas, those of you not on GovOps. Numbers 1 and 2 were forwarded to the commission without recommendation. Items 3 and 4 are receive and file. And I'll move the entire report with that.
Support Commissioner Kinlock.
Moved by Commissioner Colleen, supported by Commissioner
Point of
Kinlock.
order.
Okay. Council is saying, Hold, please. So we're going to take, let's see, we're going to take 3 and 4, receive and file, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, the rest of them for approval, and then we'll come back to 1 and 2. So moved by Commissioner Colleen, supported by Kenlock. To move 3 through 11. 12, sorry, 3 through 12. I don't see 12, I don't see 12, I don't see 12, the 11. Please, any discussion on those items? Hearing none, please vote.
Madam Chair?
Commissioner,
Yes,
Vice Chair.
I
Olivera?
vote yes on all of the items pertaining to this motion, except 11 and 12. On those items, I abstain.
Duly noted.
Any additional discussion on those items?
Motion carries. Have Commissioner Palomero as an abstention on 11 and 12.
Okay, thank you so much. Going back to items number 1 and 2, because they were sent here without recommendations, is there a motion for items 1 and 2?
Move approval.
Been moved by Commissioner Kenlock, supported by Commissioner Mayberry to approve items 1 and 2 on the agenda. Any discussion? Hearing none, please vote on those 2 items. Oh, I'm sorry, Commissioner Moretti.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I would like to be a no on item 2.
Just 2?
Yeah, just 2.
Okay. So we're voting on these together, 1 and 2. And Commissioner Moretti is a no on 2. Commissioner Dodd?
I would also like to be a no on 2.
And Commissioner Dodd is a no on 2.
Duly noted.
Okay, for those 2 items,
Madam
with the
Chair.
motion by Commissioner Anderson.
Yes, I'd like to be counted as an abstention on 1 and 2.
Abstention on both 1 and 2. Okay, but when we vote, hit your abstention, Commissioner Anderson, because we're voting on them together, so just hit abstention for both of those, okay? Any additional discussion? Okay, please vote, and this is on number 1 and 2 of the Government Operations Report. Madam Clerk, did you get the noes and the abstentions and the? So Commissioner Anderson.
Motion carries. And I have Commissioner Moretti as a no on item number 2.
Commissioner Anderson, you can put your abstain. We have an abstain button though. It's not working, okay. Okay, there you go.
Commissioner Dobb as a no on item number 2, and Commissioner Anderson abstained on 1 and 2. Commissioner Dobb, no on number 2.
Okay. Did they pass?
Motion carries.
Okay, thank you. Next item, please.
We are on page 18 of the agenda, upcoming meetings.
Upcoming meetings, please note the upcoming meetings. And as a point of information, the committee meetings will be held here in the chambers next week as the conference room goes through some work. So committee meetings will be held here until further notice. Hopefully they can get the work done in just 1 week, but they'll be held here, including the CJC meeting, will be held down here in chambers today. And the remaining committee meetings next week will be held here in chambers. Next item.
We're on page 19 of the agenda, new business, immediate consideration. There are no items listed. B, testimonial resolutions and certificates of appreciation. There are 6 items listed.
Is there a motion for the 6 items listed under resolutions and certificates of appreciation? Is there a motion moved by Commissioner Baker McCormick, supported by Vice Chair Pro Tem Baydoun, to acknowledge the testimonies and resolutions and certificates of appreciation? All 6 of them. Any discussion on those items? Discussion? Please vote.
Motion carries.
Next item, please.
We're on memoriams. There are 7 names listed.
Hey, we have 7 names listed. Let me just first discuss the services from the Honorable Carolyn Chase Kilpatrick, which were held yesterday. 80 years old, served a very awesome life as a legislature in the House, then on to Congress. Did so much money for her district in both here in Detroit at the House level of Michigan and then at the congressional level. Her services were amazing yesterday with folks from all over the country who flew in to bid their final goodbyes to her. So it was wonderful to attend. Myself, Commissioner Peterson Mayberry, Commissioner Monique Baker McCormick, Commissioner Scott were all in attendance, as well as the county-wide elected officials as well. So we just want to keep the family in our prayers as they go through losing the matriarch of their family, who is now the youngest sister is still with them out of, I think it was 6 children, Marsha Cheeks. So we just want to keep their family in our prayers. Also, I'd like to keep the family in prayers of Dr. Paulette C. Fitzhugh Walker. She was one of the national past presidents of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. She is from Detroit, but she lived in Tampa. Just unfortunately, she came to visit her mother, and while she was here in Detroit visiting her mother, she passed away. So her funeral will be on tomorrow at Fellowship Chapel. So we want to keep the family of Dr. Paulette C. Fitzhugh Walker in our prayers. There are several members of the sorority in town from across the country who will pay respects in an Omega service today, and then her funeral on tomorrow. Any other discussion under memoriams? Hearing none, everyone please rise for a moment of silence. Thank you so much. Okay. Next item, please.
We're moving to public comments.
Is there anyone on Zoom for public comment? Anyone on Zoom? Zoom? Emails?
No emails were received.
Telephone calls? Anyone on the telephone? Anyone in chambers?
I have several cards, Madam Chair. Hold
Okay.
on.
2 minutes.
William Conklin.
Good morning. My name is William Conklin. I live in Wayne County. I'm a member of Western Wayne County Indivisible. And I'm with my colleague Joan Pence, who's the leader of our chapter of Indivisible. Indivisible was one of the groups that put on the No Kings protest this past weekend. We're here to speak about immigration, specifically what is called 287G agreements, whereby law enforcement agencies enter into agreements with Immigrations and Customs Enforcement, but are known as ICE, to enforce the rather draconian immigration enforcement that's currently occurring in our country. But before I begin, I'm going to ask our leader of our Western Wayne Indivisible group, Joan Pence, to speak first, if that's okay. And I would speak after her.
Well, if in order to get your full 4 minutes, you should probably do your 2 and let her do her 2, so you both have a total of 4. Otherwise, you're going to be at 2. So
I'm not sure I understood that. Is there a way we can each get 4?
you can each get 2. So,
Okay. Okay.
and you're at 58 seconds. Go ahead.
Okay. What we've passed out is or are passing out, if you will please consider it, is a proposed resolution. I don't know if it's in your correct format or not. I used to work for county government in another county, and I wrote it the way I'm used to writing resolutions in that county, that would address the issue of 287 agreements. 287G agreements, again, are where local police agencies, including your county sheriff, enter into agreements with ICE to enforce immigration. We understand that this commission does not control any law enforcement agencies, including the county sheriff. It's obviously a separately elected position. But we're asking this commission to consider this or a similar resolution to go on record as opposing 287 agreements, 287G agreements, and recommending against their adoption. Both with the sheriff, we've tried to reach the sheriff, we haven't heard back from them. We're using this as a public forum to approach and place our concerns out in the public. We're asking this commission, this body, to recommend against these agreements, both with the sheriff's office and with all the local enforcement agencies, law enforcement agencies in the county. We've all seen the terrible violence that's been committed against immigrants by our federal government under the Trump administration since the beginning of it. It's unconscionable what they're doing. They're dividing up families. They're grabbing parents away from children. Some of these households have U.S. citizens, and children and people who are lawful and law-abiding are being grabbed by masked agents, thrown into unmarked vehicles, and taken to gulags, where they are held in terrible conditions with improper nutrition, improper medication, improper care, and in most cases, having their constitutional rights violated without cause. One tactic that is particularly objectionable is this idea of grabbing people outside of court hearings. These immigrants come to immigration court to check in, to pursue their lawful status or to become permanent residences or to become citizens. And the government dismisses the case and these goons grab them outside in the hallway. That's unconscionable. These are people who are trying to follow the law to maintain legal status, to become permanent residences or to become citizens. And they're being grabbed out in the hallway. We do not feel that law enforcement agencies in Wayne County should sign agreements to cooperate with this and to be extensions of it. There's several ways they can do that. And the one that we have the most concern with is the task force model, where they actually act as immigration agents.
Thank you. We understand totally what you're explaining to us. So we do have the resolution, and I do want the young lady behind you to have her 2 minutes as well. I gave you about 3.5. So I'd like her to have her 2 minutes
I
as well.
appreciate that. What's going on is terrible, and we ask that you consider this. If you want to think about it and have us come back to another meeting to speak further about it, we'd be happy to.
And the name of your organization again?
Indivisible.
Indivisible.
We're a nationwide organization. We turned out almost 7 million people for a demonstration this past weekend in 2,600 locations. We're with the Western Wayne chapter. I'll have Joan Pence, our leader, speak a little further.
Thank you, sir.
Good morning. My name is Joan Pence, and I am the lead of Western Wayne Indivisible. We're the largest local indivisible group in Wayne County, part of a national organization which collaborated with a series of about 3 other national organizations to successfully stage the largest single-day protest, the No Kings event this past weekend. We are here today to encourage this elected body to take a bold and important stand against the spreading poison of immigration raids that are tearing at the fabric of our communities across the county. The chaos and cruelty of ICE raids all around our area seem deliberately designed to sow fear in minority communities. The latest reporting indicates that the massive infusion of cash due to what is called the Big Beautiful Bill has been used to purchase huge stockpiles of non-lethal as well as lethal munitions, as in what does a domestic enforcement agency need artillery for? But the news is that we bring to you is that this group has both a better option and the authority to choose it. When almost the entire Pentagon press corps walked out en masse rather than sign a offered agreement to forswear their ability to do basic journalism, they signaled a sea change. Likewise, the universities that have recently refused to sign away their academic freedoms to the administration's compact. We believe all of these signal a weakening in the authoritarian stranglehold on both governmental and non-governmental agencies, a doorway, if you will, that we can invite you to walk through in order to serve and protect the most vulnerable populations in the county. By adopting this resolution, you can signal your willingness to lead all those who depend on local units of government to do what the federal government will not do, which is protect them from jackbooted overreach by a federalized police force under the leadership of unelected political sycophants. We urge you to take this bold move to adopt the offered resolution and protect those who need your protection now more than ever. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Commission members. I just wanted to add a personal story to this. My name is Kimberly Crafton. Kimberly Cole Crafton. I'm a resident of Northville Township, lifelong resident of Wayne County, many years in the city of Detroit. My family came to Detroit originally back in the late 1840s. I'm an American citizen. And I want you to understand how this immigration and deportation effort can impact American families. I am the grandmother of three grandchildren who have a parent who was an immigrant. Earlier in September, I was talking to a cousin of mine who lives in Boston, and he stated to me that his adult son, whom he had adopted back the fall of Saigon, he adopted this Vietnamese child. That child is now a middle-aged man who lives in Boston, married with 3 children, and owns a small construction business. He has attended immigration hearings on an annual basis for like decades. But in September, my cousin's son, who is a middle-aged man, who is an immigrant, who attended annual immigration hearings in the Boston area. He attended his hearing in September. He went into the courthouse or whatever the venue was for the hearing. His daughter was waiting out in the car for him. And when the proceeding concluded, ICE agents put cuffs on him and took him out because he wasn't a citizen. He had he had some issues when he was a teenager. He did run around with the Vietnamese gang when he was a teenager. But as an adult, he was a law-abiding citizen, resident, let's put it that way. So I'm sharing this story with you because last night, my cousin's son was put on an airplane to be deported back to Vietnam, a country he has not been in or seen since literally the fall of Saigon, and you do recall that's been some years ago. I'm just sharing this with you to let you know that American families are impacted by these unfair, threatening, harmful actions of the federal government. I thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing your story with us. We are terribly sorry for your family. We understand and feel your pain. Thank you. Next person to speak.
Good morning. My name is Pam Mons. I'm the Vice President at SEIU Local 1. I'm here to talk about the Lincoln Hall of Justice going non-union, a conversation I didn't think that I would never have to come here and talk about. Our members got kicked out. The members clean that building, they take their garbage out, but they was treated like trash and got thrown out. The new company never even offered them a job. They didn't never even give the workers enough notice that this was coming. And it's so heartfelt that now I gotta hear our members say, we getting homeless, our light and gas off. I just don't understand this. When it comes to a cut, why is it always the janitors? Why is it always them? The janitors started, I've been around 39 years. The janitors started at $7.35. The top pay rate for a janitor is $17.60. The new company did take two of them at a low rate. You know, we just fought too hard to keep a union here. Detroit have always been a union town, and this is very hurtful to us. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm sorry, the SEIU, I can't see from back here. Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Lamika King. I'm a janitor at 1001 Woodward, and I've been a proud SEIU Local 1 member for over 15 years. I am here today to stand in solidarity with working people and with the Local 1 janitors who were displaced at the Lincoln Hall of Justice. It's important for me to be here to support my coworkers because what happened to them can happen to any of us. When responsible contractors are replaced by new contractors that pay lower wage and offer fewer benefits, it doesn't just hurt the workers, it hurt families, it hurt our communities, and it lowers our standards for everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Felicia Evans, and I am a proud member of SEIU. I've been a member for the last 9 years. I work at Detroit Public Schools, and I'm here in solidarity for the people that has been displaced at Lincoln Hall of Justice. Well, yesterday I had met a young man that came and talked to us about him losing his job there. He said his lights and gas are off, and all of this is really unacceptable because he said he worked every day. He can't even get unemployment because he was off for a while for him getting on a medical leave. So now he has no money at all. He's there in the dark. And I wanted to just stand here and say that it was very concerning to me. And if it can happen to him, it can happen to any of us. And I just want to say thank you.
Thank you for sharing.
Morning, Chairwoman and this honorable body. My name is Lieutenant Donald Watts. My partner here is Lieutenant Robert Hall of the Wayne County Sheriff's Office. We have been elected as the new president and vice president of AFSCME 3317. I want to say how gracious and honorable it is to take this opportunity, but I want to also introduce myself and introduce my partner as we will be working with you guys in regards to the issues of 3317 in the future. Thank you.
Thank you for coming out. Congratulations on your election. Look forward to working with you. And for those of you who don't know, 3317 is the sheriff's corp supervisors. So thank you all. We look forward to your leadership. Congratulations on your election. Additional, okay, thank you. And just so that the audience is aware, there's no back and forth during public comments, but the comments that were made, I think many of the commissioners are in alignment with you and what was discussed. Oh, here's someone else for public comments.
Yes, hello, hi.
Hello, Madam Chair. Hi, William Chuck Jackson, Department Director for Wayne County Senior Services. I wanted to take a moment to come up and speak to you all. We know that some of our commissioners have received messages from our beloved seniors with concerns resulting from the federal government shutdown that the Meals on Wheels program would be eliminated, or it would discontinue as a result of the shutdown. So I wanted to inform everyone. I spoke yesterday with the Senior Alliance CEO, Jason Macieski. Jason wanted me to share with you all that had it not been for his board meeting for the Senior Alliance, he would be here this morning to give comments and answer questions. But he has assured me that the Senior Alliance will fund the Meals on Wheels program. It is their most top priority program that they have, and that they will fund the Meals on Wheels program out of their reserves for the interim time being. So I wanted to let you all know we will be sending out a joint letter from Wayne County, our department, and TSA to our seniors next week to let them know that hopefully we can ease some of their worries and their concerns. Now, I do want to say that our department represents Western Wayne and Downriver, and that's the area that the Senior Alliance serves. I cannot speak towards Detroit, Harper Woods, Hamtramck, Highland Park, and the 5 Grosse Points because they're served by DAAA, or the Detroit Area Agency on Aging. But I did want to assure you all that the Senior Alliance has committed to funding the Meals on Wheels program, so there will not be a shutdown as a result of the government shutdown. Thank you.
Thank you. I know that's been a concern for many of our seniors, so thank you for sharing that. And if commissioners have any additional concerns, please talk to Mr. Jackson, but he's assuring us that seniors will not be affected for the time being with the federal Meals on Wheels program. Thank you, Mr. Jackson. And let me just say one more time that I've stood in solidarity with SEIU and the janitors over the years. So if I could have someone after the meeting from the administration discuss with me what is going on at Lincoln Hall of Justice, that'd be appreciated. And then with the resolution that was presented, we will take that under consideration for a future meeting. Thank you all for coming today and voicing your opinions and your thoughts on all the things that are going on with our federal government and our local government. But thank you so much for coming down to speak to us today. Next item, Madam Clerk.
Reconsiderations.
There are none. Next item.
Remarks by members.
Remarks by members. Commissioner Wilson.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Just quickly, this is a union town. And SEIU, I am a UAW member for my entire life, and I know the fight that you all are experiencing. And I want to tip my hat to the chair who is going to talk to you afterwards. I would like to be a part of that conversation as well, because we can't allow this to happen in our town here, because this is where the union was born and built, and this is where we fight for wages, better benefits, and better conditions of employment, not only for UAW members, but for all members in our community, because as the old saying goes, rising tide lifts all boats. So I stand firm with you, whatever it is that I can do. I'm sure Chair Bell feels the same way. We're going to be there for you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Kniezek.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I just first wanted to thank folks for taking time out of their day and their schedule to come down and share their stories with us. I know it takes a lot of courage, and standing up at that microphone can be a bit intimidating. And so I just wanted to recognize and thanks folks for coming out today. Really kind of building on what Dr. Jackson had said. If you haven't seen it already, it's definitely in your inbox, but the state of Michigan did notify the public today that the United States Department of Agriculture has informed us that SNAP recipients should not expect SNAP benefits for the month of November. And so I wanted to flag that for everybody, just because I think you're going to start hearing from some information or some outreach from your constituents. I immediately got a text message from my state senator, Senator Santana, who put all of us together at the state and county and federal level into a thread to start thinking through how we're going to get that message out and get resources out to people in the process. I'm not in the business of telling folks how to do their job, but perhaps that's an opportunity or a model that we all could take in terms of collaborating at the different level and to think through what we want to do at the county level to let folks know where they can go and where resources are provided. Michigan does $3.2 billion worth of SNAP benefits every year. And so I think filling that gap is obviously difficult, but if there's things that we can do, I think that we should. And then the other piece that I would just flag for this group too is that if you're having those conversations with folks about the SNAP benefits and them being impacted because of the federal shutdown, it's also incredibly important that folks still continue to keep their information and their applications up to date. Because if and when that money starts to flow again, or we have a federal budget, if they're not in compliance, if they don't have the right paperwork filed, if it hasn't been processed the right way, they're going to be delayed even further. So I know it's this terrible, terrible position that the federal government's put us in, where we're saying to folks on one hand, you're not going to get the benefit, but we still need you to do the paperwork and keep things flowing. I think it's just incumbent upon us to make sure that we're helping folks cut through the mess there. That's the only thing I'll say about the federal shutdown, because I don't want to get on my soapbox and get yelled at. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. That's good information. Let's talk afterwards about how we can get a message out and work with the administration to get a message out on resources available to our constituents. Commissioner Kinlock.
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair. I'm very troubled by hearing the news. I know it's my first time hearing that there was a negative impact on the employees, on the members of SEIU over at the Lincoln Hall of Justice. And so I, would like to join with you and asking for the administration to actually put together a report on what occurred, because I heard a couple of things going on, a transition in contract or outsource. I would like to know exactly what is taking place over there that calls for members to feel as if they're being neglected and they're being put into unfortunate situations during these tough economic times. So somebody needs to really, in short order, quickly explain to this commission exactly what is going on at the Lincoln Hall of Justice. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Commissioner. Ditto. Commissioner Marecki.
Thank you, Madam Chair. So Commissioner Clemente and I are both on the NACO Transportation Committee, and I was able to spend the last couple of days in Washington. A group, about 20 throughout the country, came. The Surface Transportation Reauthorization Bill is going to be coming up in the next year, which will greatly affect how monies are distributed to the states. Our main goals were to go to Capitol Hill for an entire day. We were split up into groups and go to Capitol Hill and talk to the, it was staffers because of the shutdown. So we were able to go to Senator Peters' office and Senator Slotkin's office, besides someone from Texas and Florida, and try to make our case on getting money, more monies to counties, directly to counties instead of going through states. Counties own 38% of the bridges, and we only get 14% of the money to fix those bridges. We also talked about, like I said, the money's going directly to counties, and to look at permitting, which can be a very heavy burden for counties, federal permitting, and to streamline that. So I think it was a productive meeting, and that's just the beginning of what they're going to be doing at NACO this year on this topic. So thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner, for doing that fly-in. It's wonderful that NACO presents to county commissioners throughout the country to fly into DC to talk to legislatures about issues that are pertinent to counties. So thank you for taking that trip on transportation. There's one on the Rural Action Caucus. There's one on disaster relief coming up as well. So that's a great opportunity, and thank you for doing that and bringing that information back to us. Thank you. Commissioner Angelique Peterson-Mayberry.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I just echo the comments about SEIU, always been a supporter of SEIU, coming from labor, family union, family myself. So I'm interested in being a part of the conversation as well, so we can rectify and correct apparently what has been done wrong to these employees. I also want to lift up about the Wayne County Register of Deeds office. So this whole deed fraud conversation is becoming more and more prevalent in communities. And so I just want to make sure, and Madam Chair, thank you so much. I spent some time at the deeds office on yesterday. And I know that there are future conversations so that we can try to address some of these issues and getting stakeholders at the table, the right stakeholders at the table to address it. There are, in the community, there are a lot of people who are unaware of what deed fraud even is until they have become a victim. So it's extremely important that the information is put forward. I know that it is indeed a felony now to knowingly be fraudulent in someone's deed, but it is happening more than you know, and there are more and more victims each and every day. So thank you for the continued conversation so that we can try to address it in terms of what ownership we as a commission take. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. One of my largest community organizational meetings with the Register of Deeds last year, which filled an entire church because people want more information about what's going on with deed fraud and how they can put their number, their addresses in and prevent that from happening. So that's something we all need to be vigilant on and making sure that we're making the public aware of what it is and how they can prevent themselves from being a victim of deed fraud. So thank you so much.
And thank you, Madam Chair, to that point. So I do have a deed fraud conversation happening in District 5 at the 12th Precinct on Monday at 5 o'clock. So everyone is invited, as we do have subject matter experts from the Register of Deeds office coming to talk to the community. And I do encourage everyone to go to the website and flag your property address.
Yes.
Yours and any homes that you own as if they're part of your rental portfolio, but flag your address because oftentimes you won't know that there's been tampering with your deed. And this is a way to get flagged in case there is. So thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Monique Baker McCormick.
Thank you, Madam Chair. There's been a lot of issues addressed today, and I'm concerned with our democracy. I support the No Kings, No Dictators initiative and marches. I'm there. So anything I can do to get on board, I'm on board. The other thing, as we look at our democracy erode, we hear about food insecurities right away. That's where we are right now. We're talking about taking monies from our most vulnerable citizens, our children, our seniors. I guess I just don't understand that part, and I never will. So I'm, as the saying goes, an injustice anywhere is an injustice everywhere. So whatever I can do to support, I'm going to support the least of those. And then to hear the issues with unions, I mean, it's all, it's sad. It's all sad. And so I'm here to support wherever I can. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Scott.
Thank you, Madam Chair. It takes me back many years because if it had not been for unions, I could not be where I am today. So whatever I can do, I want to be a part of it.
Thank you, Commissioner.
And I know SEIU works hard.
Yes, absolutely.
They have the lowest jobs on the podium, so.
Absolutely, absolutely. We're gonna get to the bottom of that in short order. Commissioner Anderson.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I just wanted to add something. Yesterday I spent probably an hour and a half on the phone with our Register of Deeds and about what my colleague has brought up a few minutes ago. And I'd like to ask that we, maybe if not before then, when we have the committee of the whole meet, that we put together something to make sure all members are made aware of what's happening and what's not happening that should be happening to protect homeowners in Wayne County. And the vast majority on the list that I saw that have been victims of fraud are in the city of Detroit. And in my district, I think there's one. but it doesn't matter how many of them. Each one of those represents a family that's losing their home. And I think we have a responsibility to do what we can to put together something to make sure that things are moving quickly with the fraud, fighting the fraud within the Register of Deeds office, as well as coordinating it as it has been in the past with the sheriff's office, as well as the prosecutor's office. And I talked to Tony before our meeting started this morning about that, and I appreciate he's going to check into how it's being handled now versus what was happening before, because there apparently is a very long backlog on the cases. And I appreciate my colleague, our newest member, stepping up and wanting to do something about this, but it is a very serious problem. People aren't aware of it until they try to sell their home, and they find out that they have this issue. We also, I know it was offered to us by the Register of Deeds to come in and demonstrate how to sign up to protect their own deeds, but also to spread that word to our members of our communities. And I'd like to see us do that too as soon as possible, because the program has been improved greatly. And it's something that I think we'd all benefit by, and being able to share that and maybe share where they can go to find out how to do that themselves to protect their own homes. But anyway, I hope we can do something quickly.
Yes, Commissioner, if we all, reach out to our constituents, obviously we'll reach the entire county. So I hope every commissioner will reach out to their constituents as to how they can prevent signing up for the fraud protection, and then us working as how we can help with the backlog in the prosecutor's office and the sheriff's office. So absolutely, I think we're all on board with that. Thank you so much. Vice Chair Pro Tem Badum.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I would like to thank the folks from Indivisible who came here today to speak on this very troubling issue going on in our country today. I'm a naturalized citizen of this great nation. I came here at the age of 15 from the country of Lebanon. And this country gave me everything that my native country could not provide me with. Gave me a free education, the opportunity to raise a family, and the sky is the limit. I'm very troubled by everything that's going on in our country today. This great American fabric, which is woven by immigrants, is being torn apart by some of these xenophobic leaders in our country that are using the dehumanizing language to attack immigrants who are legal, and they're labeling them as poison to the American blood, and they're calling them animals. This is very appalling, and this is un-American. All of us in this room are descendants of immigrants from Europe, from Africa, from Asia, from the Middle East. And this is what made this country so great, are the immigrants that came here. I was very touched by the story of the lady that her family member was taken away and deported back to Saigon, to Vietnam. Yeah, Saigon fell in April of 1975. Chances are this person probably does not remember what Saigon looks like. So to all of my colleagues here, we need to speak up, because what's happening in America could affect all of us. And I'm very troubled by it. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Commissioner. Thank you. Thank you so much, Commissioner. I think we all echo your words, so thank you so very much. Any additional remarks by members? Any additional remarks by members? Okay. A reminder that Criminal Justice Committee meeting will be held here in the chambers, as will all of the other committee meetings next week. Is there a motion to adjourn? All right.